Hello dear students, welcome back to our next intermediate class. Hope salom qadrli studentlar. Demek intermediate'ning keyingi darsiga xush kelibsiz. In this class we're going to learn about some listening and we have amazing grammar, ed and ing adjectives, and the last one we have some spelling. Bugungi darsimizda sizlar bilan listening bajaramiz va shu bilan bir qator grammatik ed va ing grammatikamiz bor va oxirida sizlar bilan ba'zi talaffuzni ko'rib chiqamiz. All right, so in grammar in conversation, well, listening part. Og'iz aksinti grammatikamizda bizga listening mashqi berilgan va bu mashqda ed va ing adjective yani sifatlari ishlatilgan va bularni siz bilan hozir ko'rib chiqamiz. Let's read the listening. First, let's analyze, the different type of adjectives. All right, let's read it. The first one is the conversation is going on between Molly and Sam. Demek bu muloqot Molly va Sam o'rtasida bo'lib o'tmoqda va keling sizlar bilan buni bir qator ko'rib chiqamiz. Molly says, "What are your hobbies?" Sam, "Well, I'm very interested in collecting stamps." Really? Isn't it that rather boring? I don't get bored by it. I don't find stamps very interesting, I'm afraid. Nonsense. Take a look at these. They're fascinating. You may be fascinated by them, Sam. I prefer more exciting hobby, such as pop music. Oh, how boring. Xo'p, mana bu ko'rib turganingiz bu muloqot demak Molly bilan Samning o'rtasida bo'lib, bular o'zlarining hobbi haqida gaplashmoqda va bu yerda ba'zi sifatlar foydalangan. Misol uchun bu yerda interested, yoki bo'lmasam boring, yoki bo'lmasam interesting, bored, fascinating, fascinated, exciting degan sifatlar ishlatilgan va keyingi mashqqa o'tishdan oldin men sizdan demak I want to ask a question about do you really know about before we get to the next exercise I would like to ask a question for you. Do you really know about ed or ing adjectives? If no, so let me take you and let me clarify your questions about this grammar. If you're ready, let's go. So here we are in our ed and ing adjectives. So I'm going to explain you about that a little bit to you. Xo'p, mana biz sizlar bilan hozir ed va ing sifatlar oldida turibmiz va sizlarga ozgincha bo'lsa-da ma'lumot berishga harakat qilaman. Xo'p, birinchisi demak ing adjectives describes the characteristics of the person, a thing or situation. It causes a feeling. Demak, inglar demak birorta buyumni yoki narsani yoki holatni xarakteristikasini bildiradi va u feeling ya'ni hissiyotga demak sabab bo'ladi. Masalan uchun, the books are boring. Kitoblar juda ham zerikarli. We are describing the characteristics of these books. Biz hozir mana shu kitoblarni xarakteristikasini demak sizlarga ko'rsatyapmiz. Va what do these books cost? They make people feel bored. Va bu kitoblar ya'ni zerikarli bo'lganligi uchun nimaga olib keladi? Odamlarni zerikishga sabab bo'ladi va mana shu sabab demak ing adjectivedan ed adjectivega o'tadi. Ya'ni tushuntirib aytadigan bo'lsak, biron narsa ya'ni ingli bo'ladigan bo'lsa va u narsa ed ga sabab bo'ladi. Misol uchun aytaylik, haqiqatda kitob zerikarli. This book is very boring, so I am bored. Demak, bu kitob juda ham zerikarli va men zerikdim. This job is very tiring. Bu ish yoki kasb juda ham charchatadigan. And I'm tired va men charchadim. Yoki aytaylik, the class is very interesting. Dars juda ham qiziqarli. So I am interested va men qiziqdim yoki qiziqib qoldim. Tushunarligi? Xo'p, endi adjective ham xuddi shu asnoda, ya'ni adjective describes a feeling or emotion. It's how we feel about something. Demak, bu ed sifatlari bu hissiyotni va emotsiyani bildirib, bu bizni bironta buyum yoki shaxs yoki kimgadir bo'lgan munosabatimizni bildiradi. Misol uchun, he is bored. U zerikarli degani emas, u zerikdi. Ya'ni bu hissiyot. Xo'p, ya'ni he is bored degani bu u bola zerikarli. So, u bilan gaplashib, men zerikdim. So, I am bored. This is his feeling right now. U hozir demak, he is bored. U zerikdi. Va bu uni hozirgi his qilayotgan tuyg'usi. This feeling was caused by the books, so he is not going to be bored for eternity. He feels bored for now. Demak, bu yerda the books are boring. Kitoblar zerikarli va shuning uchun bu bola he is bored. Zerikdi. Nima uchun zerikdi? Kitob zerikarli bo'lganligi uchun va mana shu zerikarli demak holat uni zerikishga majbur qildi. Demak, ko'rinib turibdiki, ya'ni ing sifatlarimiz demak nimaga sabab bo'lar ekan? Demak bu birorta holatni odamda demak o'sha buyumga bo'lgan hissiyotini bildiradi. Ya'ni zerikish. Here we are in ed and ing adjectives, so I'm going to explain you about this grammar a little bit to you. So I hope it's going to be valuable information to you. Xo'p, umid qilamanki hozirgi tushuntiradigan ed va ing sifatlar haqida grammatika sizga yordam tegadi deb umid qilaman. Xo'p, birinchisi ing sifatlari. ing sifatlari demak describes characteristics of a person or thing or situation it causes the feeling. The books are boring. So here we are describing characteristics of the books. What do these books cause? They make people feel bored. Xo'p, ya'ni bu yerda ing sifatlar demak birorta holat yoki holatni yoki shaxsni yoki biror narsani xarakteristikasini bildiradi va bu narsa demak feeling ya'ni hissiyotga demak ta'sir qiladi yoki sabab bo'ladi. Xo'p, endi ed adjectivelar, ya'ni describe the ed adjectives describe a feeling or an emotion. It's how we feel about something. For example, he is bored. He is the feeling right now. This feeling caused by the books, and he's not going to be bored for eternity. So he feels bored for now. Xo'p, demak, ed adjectivelar birorta buyum yoki o'sha narsaga nisbatan bo'lgan hissiyotini demak tushuntirib beradi. Ya'ni bundan kelib chiqadiki, ing sifatlarimizni holati demak edlikka sabab bo'ladi. Aytaylik, bu kitob qiziqarli bo'lsa yoki bo'lsa zerikarli bo'lsa. Mana bu misolda demak zerikarli deb aytilgan, ya'ni the books are boring. Kitoblar zerikarli. Kitoblar zerikarli bo'lsa, mana shu kitoblarni o'qish orqali bu bola nima bo'ldi? Bu bola he is bored, ya'ni zerikdi. Demak, hozir aytganimizdek, ing sifatlari demak ed sifatlariga demak ta'sir qilar ekan. Ya'ni bu for example, yana bir nechta misol, bu klass, ya'ni dars juda ham qiziqarli va men bunga qiziqib qoldim. For example, this class is very interesting, so I am interested. This work is very tiring, so I am tired. Or these books are boring, so I am bored. Demak, men zerikdim. Nimaga? Chunki bu kitob qiziqarli uchun. Men qiziqib qoldim. Nimaga? Chunki dars juda ham qiziqarli bo'lgani uchun. Alright, so now let's go to our next listening section and let's do all the exercise we have. Or the next one, so as you can see, so we have done the section of, exercise number 1. Now it's time to turn in exercise number 2. So it says here, think and write and say. The first question I'm going to read the answers as well. The first one, what are your hobbies? It says, and the boy says, I'm interested in sports. So I have the same question for you guys. So what are your hobbies? And you can pause the video for a second and you can give your answer. So after that, we can move on for the next questions. All right. So the next question is, what activities don't you like? And the boy says, I think the computer games are very boring. So the same question to you guys. So are you interested in computer games or not? If yes, so why and which game are you interested in? Exercise number 2. Think, write, and say. What are your hobbies? I am interested in sport. Ballet is fascinating. Next one. What activities don't you like? I think computer games are very boring. Or the girl says, I don't find football very interesting. I'm afraid. So I would like to ask the same question to you. Mana xuddi shu savolni sizga bermoqchiman. So the two questions we have. The first question is, what are your hobbies? So you can explain your partner or your friends next to you, or you can explain by pausing the video to me. Xo'p, ya'ni hobbingizni, yordingizni, sherigingizni aytishingiz mumkin yoki videoni ozgincha to'xtatib menga javob berishingiz ham mumkin. Next question is, what activities don't you like? All right, exercise number 3. Let's talk. The first question is I gave you just before hozir bergan savolimiz yana qaytib kelmoqda va bu yerda what are your hobbies deyilyapti. Demak, mana shu hobby yuzasidan demak to'liqroq va o'rtog'ingiz bilan demak fikr almashishingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Hop, ikkinchisi esa I'm interested in reading deb demak mana shu hobbiga javob beryapti. Demak bu qiz demak kitob o'qishga qiziqar ekan. So what about you? So you can give your answer by using the usual phrases such as well, really, I'm afraid, nonsense, or prefer. So please use these useful phrases and try to make conversation between you and your partner. All right, dear students, now we are moving to the spelling section, the page number 45. Hop, qadrli studentlar, sizlar bilan demak 45-betdagi talaffuz demak sectioniga bo'limiga keldik. Let me explain about a little bit that spelling. So are you good enough to spell all the vocabulary in English? it's actually it's actually difficult for most of the people or English learners. All right, the first one we can see it's full. Demak, birinchi bugungi o'rgangan talabimiz bu full deb atalar ekan. Ya'ni full o'zi asli nima degani? Full degani bu biror narsani to'liq yoki to'kis ekanligini bildiradi. Misol uchun I am full, this room is full yoki my bag is full. Mani so'mkam to'liq, ya'ni hamma narsa bor, hech narsa sig'maydi. Misol uchun yoki bo'lmasa xona odamlar bilan to'ldir. Yoki bo'lmasa men hozirgi yedim, men to'qman yoki to'kisman, for example. We can use. We can add full to the end of the some word to make an adjectives. Xo'p, biza demak fullni so'zlarni demak oxiriga qo'yish orqali demak sifatni hosil qilar ekanmiz. Xo'p, when we add full to the word, we drop the final L. Ya'ni fullni birorta so'zga ishlatayotgan vaqtimizda demak oxiridagi, ya'ni o'zi aslida ikkita L bo'ladi va bittasi tushib qoladi. Xo'p, ya'ni care. Care degani bu g'amxo'rlik. Bu ham sifat, ham fe'l bo'lishi ham mumkin. Bu yerda aytaylik, ya'ni ot sifatida qabul qiladigan bo'lsak, ya'ni noun, care. Careful. We are adding care and full, but in the final we are dropping one L. Biz ikkalasini qo'shishyapmiz, lekin oxirida bitta Lni tushirib qoldiryapmiz. Misol uchun, be careful when you cross the road. Yo'lni kesib o'tayotgan vaqtingizda, demak ehtiyot bo'ling. Xo'p, keyingisi. Exercise number 1. Add full to these words and write the words and read the words. Let's read it together. The first one is, as you may know, is wonderful. Next, careful. Next, watchful. Next, playful. Next, useful. And the last one, helpful. All right, exercise number, the next one is, before we start number 2, let's listen and say the word, so we are going to read it together. Demak, ikkinchi mashqqa o'tishdan oldin mana bu berilgan mashqni birgalikda sizlar bilan o'qib chiqamiz. Xo'p, bu yerda demak beautifulga demak beautyga demak full qo'shilyapti. Ya'ni beauty plus full. So it's beautiful. If the noun ends with consonant, y, we change the y to I, then add full. Xo'p, agarda berilgan so'zimizning oxiri undosh, ya'ni y harfi bilan tugaydigan bo'lsa va biz unga full qo'shmoqchi bo'lsak, demak bu yerda oxiridagi y ni olib tashlaymiz va i qo'shib va unga fullni hosil qilamiz. Misol uchun bu yerda berilgan demak beauty. Beauty degan so'zda demak y harfi oldinda bordi, lekin bu yerda full qo'shayotgan vaqtimizda demak beautiful, ya'ni chiroyli, ya'ni y tushib qolib o'rniga i va full qo'shilyapti. Xo'p, mana qadrli do'stlar, demak sizlar bilan ikkinchi mashqni bajarsak ham bo'ladi. Xo'p, qani unda birgalikda bajaramiz. Xo'p, qani birinchisi. Complete the sentence with the word in from activity number 1. Birinchi mashqdan foydalangan holatda demak mana shu 1 dan 7 gacha bo'lgan so'zlarni demak to'ldirib chiqishimiz kerak ekan. Number first one, So object that you use often is, as you may guess, xo'p, taxmin qilishingiz mumkin, va bu, as you know, is useful. Next, a person, a place, or thing that has a beauty is beautiful. Next, a person or animal that enjoys fun and games is, yes, you're right, and that is playful. Number 4, person, a place, or object that you think is really good is of course a wonderful. And number 5, a person or animal that watches carefully is right, dear student, and that is watchful. And number 6, a person who helps a lot is, so what kind of person? So of course that person is helpful. And the last one, a person who takes a care in doing things, and that person is careful. Right, and now, dear students, we finished exercise number 2, and let's turn into exercise number 3. Xo'p, mana ikkinchi mashqlar bilan tugatdik va 3 ga demak qadam qo'ysak bo'ladi. All right, dear students, so we are in exercise number 3, so we have to listen and sing it together. Demak, bu yerda biza eshitib va birgalikda kuylashimiz kerak bo'ladi. Xo'p, qani bo'lmasam, xo'p birgalikda eshitamiz va birgalikda kuylaymiz. Then, let's get started. Qani bo'lmasam, boshladik.
Pupils Book, Unit 3, page 44. Grammar in Conversation. Activity 1. Listen and read.
What are your hobbies, Sam?
Well, I'm very interested in collecting stamps.
Really? Isn't that rather boring?
I don't get bored by it.
I don't find stamps very interesting, I'm afraid.
Nonsense. Take a look at these. They're fascinating.
You may be fascinated by them, Sam. I prefer a more exciting hobby.
Such as?
Pop music.
Oh, how boring.
All right, dear students, so our today's lesson is over. So I hope you had some valuable information about grammar and listening part as well. So, mana qadrli studentlar, demak bugungi darsimiz ham o'z nihoyasiga yetdi va o'ylaymanki, grammatika va listening darslaridan ozgincha bo'lsa-da qimmatli ma'lumotga ega bo'ldingiz. Xo'p, demak sizlar bilan keyingi darsda ko'rishguncha deb qolaman.